Well, good afternoon, and thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. So, I am very excited because I have a special guest here with me today, Christina from Christina Creates. Now,
Hello,
let me tell you,
everyone.
yeah, let me tell you. So, when I started my YouTube channel, probably 4 or 5 years ago, started my channel 5 years ago, but I think Christina and I met 4 to 5 years. It was real soon after I had started
Yes.
my channel,
And
and you the same, right?
yes,
You had
yeah.
started your
There's
channel.
a few videos in.
Just a few. And we commented on each other's videos. And that sparked a friendship. And we have followed each other over the years. And I've learned a lot about her life here in Australia. She's learned about my life in the United States. And a couple of months ago, we heard that Rachel from Roxy Creations was hosting a class here in Australia. And Christina, via Instagram, asked me if I was going to come to the class. And I said,
Because
well,
why not?
I said, well,
More the merrier.
I hadn't planned on it, but I could sure be talked into it because many of you know my goal is to see the world, and I hadn't been here to Australia. So within a 24-hour period, we had been conversing back and forth. I had booked my airfare. I had booked an Airbnb. We had decided that I would fly into Melbourne and then that we would drive up together. I made the mistake of saying drive down together.
No.
And then Rachel said,
Up.
no, it's up to Sydney.
Up to
We
New
would
South
go,
Wales.
yeah, we would drive together. And here we are now.
Yes. And we've had a few lovely days of looking around Melbourne and seeing things. And Juanette's also been down to the Great Ocean Road, which is amazing. And yes, we're having fun.
Spectacular.
We're even going to manage the art gallery today.
Yes. We went to the State Library yesterday.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
We saw some incredible books.
Oh, yes.
Some of them dated like 960.
Yes.
1100s.
Yes. Oh,
it was incredible.
They always have some wonderful books there and really, really old books. Oh, and the paper. Oh.
We were just
we were drooling.
Drooling over the
We were
paper.
drooling. And then we had a lovely Italian dinner afterwards, which was wonderful.
We did. It's been fantastic. So I want Christina to tell us about her history of artists, being an artist, textile curator, and journal maker. Just tell us about yourself, how you got started.
We have to break that down because that's quite a bit. So my father was a printer, and I ended up going and doing my apprenticeship as a printer as well. So the bookmaking side of things has just always been in the family. My dad made bound books, and so it was a passion, really. I followed his footsteps. Many years later, children later, always trying to set up a little garage studio and do some painting and not having much time always. And then just time went on, and eventually made the YouTube channel and said, I'm going to do this more committed, more commitment to it. And started with junk journaling. And I discovered junk journaling through, I think, Donna, who's in New South Wales, Junk Journal Ideas, and made a friendship with her. And so it just went on from there. And gradually, of course, followed Rachel and learnt embroidery from Rachel and Sarah, really. And that. So first it was bookmaking, then it was embroidery. And so now we come to now. And I did my diploma of visual arts as well, which was printmaking, and that was 13. What did we work out? 13 years, I think, ago. And so I'm having a retrospective exhibition of that when we get back.
Exciting.
When we get back, when I get back from New South Wales, and yes, it is very exciting. But
and show us some of your things.
So when I have my final exhibition, we might actually insert a photo separate so you can see it up close.
Yes.
When I had my final exhibition, it was around the time of the SARS virus, the swine flu. And so I made a whole heap of swabs and had all it was a large exhibition, so there lots of different work. But this is a result of the years of not doing printmaking but learning embroidery, because this work is, it's grown into the coronavirus piece, this one. So it starts off very clear, and there's the white blood cells are all really good. And then down here, as the virus takes hold, there's more little circular. So it's using embroidery ideas and stitch, and then it becomes very cluttered and congested, like with blood clots down by the bottom here. So there's, it's sewn and hand sewn.
And of course, I find it very fascinating, having been a nurse for so many years. So it's incredible. And throughout Christina's house is artwork everywhere. It is been such a joy to really learn more about her. You know, when you're in somebody's home, you really get to know them more, and to see her passion for art.
Yes, and one of the things I often say is I cross so many different modalities, it's a little bit hard to streamline into one, you know, one stream, but you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
We talked about the creativity and what a joy it is to have many different streams, because you've got so many things. And as with this new work, I've been able to draw on the last 3 or 4 years of what I've learnt as a YouTuber and a crafter, and learning from scratch, I might add, embroidery.
Yes, yes.
I feel very young as an embroiderer. I have,
but your work is
beautiful.
beautiful.
I don't know, I've
Pull
learnt
out
so
your
much.
apron
Oh, the
real
apron,
quick. And
yes.
this was the
this was the treasure hunt with Rachel and Sarah. And you know, you might want to get some close-ups.
Yeah, we'll do that
later. But this was the.
Now this is called slow stitching. If you don't know about it, it's a combination of embroidery, which I consider embroidery very precise.
Yes.
Slow stitching is more free,
yes,
not as restrictive,
and creative.
It's very creative.
So I can't help but be a little bit more creative in terms of, each of these were set by Rachel and Sarah, but this panel here I've done jelly printing on a bit of material with a gel plate, and then embroidered over the top and added all different types of stitches.
Yes,
so
it's beautiful, beautiful. I know she showed it on her channel, but again, sometimes on the video you don't
get a full view, do you?
The full appreciation of the work, and up close it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Yes,
it's beautiful.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at, really.
Yeah.
We've been doing Rachel's. So I want to make a comment about how when we did the winter or Christmas journal, that the bookmaking came back in for me. So I'm learning all the embroidery, but I ended up making, I don't know if we're going to get it really fully on, that's a tag, but I've ended up making a very long concertina fold book.
Look at that.
So each prompt we had was on each page.
It's stunning, and it's so much fun. We just really had.
And I just love the fact that if you have a prompt, you can. It's a creative endeavour of exploration. So for me, it's play. It's play. It's fun. It's creative, and I just get my creativity out.
And the prompt is only to give you a starting point, but then you use your brain and your creative process to really, like, sometimes for the prompts, I would sit and think for a while, like, okay, where do I want to go with this?
Yes.
What do I want the final, outcome of this one prompt to be? And it just, to me, it makes me feel alive.
Yes.
And
well, sometimes I can watch Rachel or Sarah and go, what am I going to do for that?
Yeah.
And then you let it percolate. Sometimes a week or two even, but you get there in the end and come up with creative ideas. But I also wanted to comment a little bit on the very first one we did with Rachel, which had the sampler in, because this is where I
Yes.
started to realise that everyone's making a material book, but I had my material, but I ended up adding the junk journal stuff to it. So it's got the paper at the start, and then it's got the pages with the sewing and the stitch work and the prompts. This was the first one we did. And then a bit more at the back, which is using my paintings and prints and stuff and paper bags. So the junk journal stuff.
Yes. And this is
Dictionary
embroidery
pages.
from, or a doily,
That's
right?
Yeah, a doily. There's that's out of an old macrame or tatting book or something from the op shop. Some of these are my old jelly prints. That's actually from Francesca Nunes. Yeah, so I have begun combining the junk journal and the embroidery into book form.
Yeah.
So that's where I got to with all of that. And then this exhibition, which is a retrospective, but it's a virus exhibition, so it's including COVID now. It's got a lot of my old prints that I made. It's like a whole, I feel like I've just hit a whole new, I don't know, level, or a whole new side segue.
What do they call the rabbit hole? A new rabbit hole.
A new rabbit hole. I call it segue. I feel like I just segue. Oh,
Yeah.
what's that there? I'll do some embroidery. Oh, what's that over there? Oh, it's time to do some gel. I don't know. I just follow my heart on the day and play, really. It's
And
creative
play.
play.
And yes,
that's really what it is.
It's fun. But anyway, what else should I ask you about?
I don't know. We won't talk about food because we discovered we're both massive foodies, and we'll get on a rant on that. So we won't. You can see our Instagram, both of our Instagram photos.
Yes, we are definitely both into food. She introduced me to another YouTuber who travels the world and tastes food all over. I'm like, oh yay, somebody good, to watch.
Oh, well, we did have a laugh because we both go when we eat. It's like if something tastes good. We were laughing about that. But tomorrow morning we're driving up to Robertson, and so it's a big drive. And looking forward to the weekend workshop with Rachel and Sarah and Juju.
Yes, and
mother.
meeting them,
Yes.
right? Yes. And then, unfortunately, Christina can only be at Rachel's class the one day, and then we will part. But I'm sure we will see each other again at some point.
I'm
hoping
race back to set up my exhibition.
I'm hoping she'll come to the United States at some point and visit me there. But anyway, it is a small world within our craft.
Yes.
But yet large because it's across the globe.
Yes, it's amazing actually. You can have your local area, and it's only really recently I've met some of the local YouTubers like Susanna and Christine, she's an hour away, but all of a sudden we're very excited too, because when we get up there, we're all going to be in the one place. So I'm hoping for a photo op for that one.
Yes, we'll make sure to get that together and have it on each other's channels. But thank you, Christina.
No
I
problems.
appreciate it for opening your home to me and your life, and it's been great.
Oh, we've been having a lovely time.
We've been having a fantastic time. So thanks so much for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.